Hello my schoolers, this is my school channel and my name is Abiola. Remember, in this channel we are solving the JAMB CBT past question for the subject mathematics, the year 2014. Do not go anywhere, stay with us and we'll be right back. You are much welcome back to my school channel, and in this particular segment we are solving questions 1 to 16. So let's begin with question 1. Find the value of 110111 base 2 added to 10100 base 2. So there are different methods to solving these questions. So the first method I'm going to employ in this video clip is this, okay, the direct addition, or we can do this by first converting this, all right, to base 10, converting this to base 10, adding up in base 10, then bringing it back, okay. So let's just do this. I recommend that this is faster, okay, but you need to be careful, all right, about the steps you are going to take. It's very easy. So let's add up. 1 plus 0, we have 1. 1 plus 0, we have 1. 1 plus 1, we have 2, okay. 2 in base 2, that will be 1 remainder 0. So we'll put forth the remainder first. We carry the 1. Can you see that? So 1 plus 0, we have 1. 1 plus 0, we have 1. All right, so we have here 1 plus 1, that is 2. We record that 2 in base 2 is 1 remaining 0. So we put forth the remainder. We lift the 1. Okay, so we have 1 plus 1, we have 2. 2 plus nothing, we have 2. 2 in base 2 is 0, remaining 1. Alright, so this is our answer. So this is, I can just put it for 110, 11 base 2. So let's go back to the board and search for 110, 11. I just called that so that we can have the solution or the value correctly. 110, 11. So that option is option C. Number 2. A woman bought a grinder for 60,000 naira. She sold it at a loss of 15%. How much did she sell it? So we are asked to look for SP, which is the selling price, all right? So recall that the formula for loss percent, okay? Loss percent equals, all right, cost price minus selling price, which is the loss, isn't it, over cost price times 100. So let's just loss in the values and secure our answer. The loss percent is giving us 15. The cost price is 60,000. We are looking for the selling price over the cost price, 60,000, okay, times 100. So what are we going to do? We can cross multiply. So we have 15 times 60,000 equals 60,000 minus SP. Remember, this is times 100. Okay, so I can divide both sides by 100. Isn't it? So to the left hand side we'll have 0 strikes out 0, 0 strikes out 0. So what I have left here is 15 times 600. Okay, so that should give us 9,000. So that means on the left hand side we have 9,000. We are moving to the right hand side of the board so that we can have a bigger space to express our solution. So we have 9,000. Okay. So remember we have 6,000 minus SP, 60,000 rather. So if we are making SP the subject of the formula, if we move it there, it becomes positive. If we send 9,000 out, it becomes negative. Okay, so we have SP equals 60,000 minus, this is positive. Going outside, it becomes negative 9,000. So the selling price should be 51,000 naira. So that is our selling price. So she actually made a loss. Okay, she bought it for 60,000, she sold it for 51,000. That is quite a bad market. So let's go back to the screen to select the correct option. So our SP selling price is 51,000. option C is very correct. Question 3. Express the product of 0.00043 and 2000 in standard form, okay? So 0.00043 times 2000. We are asked to provide the solution using standard form. Okay, so bringing this to standard form, this is our decimal point here. Okay, just count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 43 times 10 raised to the power 5. All right, this is just what I want to use. Times 2 times 10 raised to the power 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is minus 5. You can see the movement. So that's 43 times 2, this and this. Then we have this times 10 raised to the power minus 5 times means plus 3. 43 times 2, that gives us 86 times 10 raised to the power minus 5 plus 3. Okay, that gives us minus 2. Okay, or we can say 8.6 times 10 raised to the power minus 1. So whichever one, it's very valid. So join me as we go back to the screen to collect the correct answer. So if you look through the options provided, you will find the correct answer in option C, 8.6 times 10 raised to the power minus 1. Number 4. A man donates 10% of his monthly income net earnings to his church. Okay, we can take that as start. If it amounts to 4,500 naira, what is his net monthly income? You don't need to do any calculation on this, okay? They said we are told that 10% of what he pays is 4,500. So just multiply 4,500 times 10, okay? The amount is being divided in 10 different places. So 4,500 times 10, just multiply that. Then you should have the amount as 45,000, because 10% of 45,000 is 4,500. 10% of 100,000 is 10,000 naira. So the correct option here is option B for 45,000 naira. Kindly remember that you have access to any of the Myschool tools, either for your laptop or your Android devices. All you need to do, click on that link in the description below. It's going to take you to the Myschool website. Right there, you can get the Myschool mobile app or the Myschool software. So join me as we solve question 5. If log 7.5 equals 0.8751, okay, evaluate 2 log 75 plus log 750. Okay, so we are given this, all right, and we are asked to evaluate this. This is very easy to tackle. All we just need to do is, everything we are going to do, we'll be bringing it back to this 7.5. Okay, so this will be 2 times, remember that 75 is 7.5 times 10. Right? So we have plus, right here we have log into brackets. Remember, this is 7.5 times 100, isn't it? So let's expand. So we have 2 times log 7.5, right? And plus log 10, all right? Because we are working in base 10, so that's why base 10 is not being written out, okay? It's not written out here. So we have plus log 7.5 times log 100. Okay, so we know log base 10 raised to power 10 is 1. So 1 plus this, we are giving log 7.5 as 0.8751. So 1 plus 0.8751 will just be 1.8751. Do we see that? Okay, plus, remember that log 7.5 is 0.8751. So if we add it up, remember times changes to plus. If we add it up to this, okay, so that will be log base 10 raised to power 100. That is 2. Okay, that will be 2 plus this. So 2 plus 0.8751, that will be 2.8751. So when 2 multiplies this, what we should have is the 0.7502. Of course, when you do your multiplication, so when we add it up to this, 2.8751, Okay, by the time we carry out our addition, we should have somewhat around 6.6253. Yes, this is what we should have. We can do our sum somewhere there, but let's just save our time, okay, and just go straight to the answer. So we should have 6.6253. Join me as we go back to the screen to point out the correct option. 6.6253. We have that in option B, so option B is the correct option. We believe this content is very helpful and interactive as well. All you need to do is to hit that like button, also click on the subscribe button, and always tap on bell notification so you can get informed as soon as we upload the next video clips. 6. Solve for x in 8x raised to the power minus 2 equals 2 over 25. So the first thing I did is to just present this question on our whiteboard, the platform for solution. So this implies 8, all right, x raised to the power minus 2, okay? Now, what we can do is we can divide both sides by 8, okay? So that will be over 8 equals 2 over 25 divided by 8 over 1, isn't it? So 8 strikes out 8, so I have this equals 2 over 25 times 1 over 8, okay? So over 25 rather, okay? So I have 2 here 1, 2 here 4. So I have 1 times 1, I have 1 over 25 times 4, I have 100. Okay, so here x raised to the power minus 2 means 1 over x raised to the power 2 equals 1 over 100. Okay, I can cross multiply. 100 multiplies 1, x squared multiplies 1. So you see the same thing. So what I'm going to have is x squared times 1, I have x squared, okay, equals 1 times 100, I have 100. So to remove the square, we are asked to look for x, not x squared. We square root both sides. Okay, so I would have x equals, pardon for cancelling this, x equals 10, because the square root of 100 is 10. So x is 10. So join me as we go back to the screen to secure the correct option. So look through the options provided and you will find the value 10 in option D. So option D is the correct option. Question 7. Simplify 2 root 2 minus root 3 over root 2 plus root 3. So what we're required to do is to rationalize the denominator. Then how do we do that? We can use the conjugate of the denominator. Okay, so using the conjugate here, this will be the negative of this. So that will be times root 2, okay, minus root 3. This is going to multiply what you have up and down. Okay, very well. So 2 root 2 times 2, okay, root 2 times 2, that is root 4. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 times is 2 outside, that is 4. You can see that 2 root 2 times root 3. So that will be root 2 times root 3, that is root 6. So I have 2 root 6. Remember the minus sign. Okay, so for the next one, I have root 3 times root 2, that is root 6, the minus sign. Minus times minus, we have plus. Root 3 times root 3, that is root 9. Square root of 9 is 3. Okay, so over, let's go to the denominator. Root 2 times root 2, that is root 4. Square root of 4 is 2. Okay, then we have root 2 times root 3, that is root 6. So we have minus root 6. Of course, I can use the square formula to sort this out, but I would like to present this in step by step, okay? So we have root 3 times root 2, that is root 6. Please, you can always do a playback of this video clip over and over and again until you understand the step. Remember to take your time, okay? So we have root 3 times root 3, that is root 9. Square root of 9 is 3. Plus times minus, we have minus. Okay, so let's collect like terms. 4 plus 3, we have 7. Minus 2 root 6 minus 1 root 6 or minus root 6, that is minus 3 root 6 over 2 minus 3, that is minus 1, minus root 6 plus root 6, that is 0. Okay, so that means this will affect the sign we have at the numerator. So that should be plus 3 root 6 minus 7. Remember? Okay, so this is what we have. So we should have 3 root 6 minus 7. Okay, so join me, let's go back to the screen to pull out the correct option. 3 root 6 minus 7. Okay, so where do we find that? We find that in option A. Number 8. Evaluate log base 2 raised to power 8 plus log base 2 raised to power 16 minus log base 2 raised to power 4. Okay, so there are different ways which we can use to solve this particular question. I can decide to take a common base of log base 2, then multiply 8 times 16 divided by 4. Okay, or I can decide to use this method I want to employ now. Okay, so remember that we're working in base 2. So what is 8 in base 2? 8 in base 2 is 2 raised to power 3, isn't it? So I have, for this, I have log base 2, 2 raised to power 3, isn't it? Plus, that is log base 2, 2 raised to power 4, minus log base 2, 2 raised to power 2. Okay, 2 raised to power 4, that is 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8 times 2, 16. Okay, so the power comes behind, so I have 3 times log base 2 raised to power 2 plus 4 times log base 2 raised to power 2 minus 2 times log base 2 raised to power 2. Log base 2 raised to power 2 is 1. So 1 times 3, I have 3 plus 2 raised to power 2, log base 2 raised to power 2 is 1. 1 times 4, I have 4. Log base 2 raised to power 2, that is 1. 1 times 2, I have 2. Remember the minus sign? Minus 2. So 3 plus 4, that is 7 minus 2, that is 5. So let's go back to the screen to pull out the correct option. So look through the options provided and look for the value 5. We can find that in option C. So option C is super correct. Question 9. If set P equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and P union Q equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, list the elements in Q. So we are going to work based on the options provided. Okay, so we are asked to find Q from P union Q. You know, when we say P union Q, that means we are combining all of the elements we can find in set P and we can find in set Q. So at first we have to tap out what can we not find in set P, but it's been found in P union Q. That should give us a clue to what Q contains. Okay, so those are numbers 6 and 7. Remember, we have 4 and 5. So the best presentation that we can have of elements with all assurance is that element set Q contains 6 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is confirmed in set P. So what we can say comfortably, okay, is, according to the options provided, is that set Q contains the elements 6, 7. So option C is the most valuable option. Remember that the Myschool solution providers are waiting for you to help you better understand the concept presented to you. All you need to do, click on that link in the description below. It's going to take you to the Myschool website where you can encounter and interact with the solution provider. So join me as we solve question 10. If gt squared minus k minus w equals 0, we are asked to make g the subject of the formula. So the first thing I did is to bring the question to the whiteboard. Okay, so we are asked to make g the subject of the formula. So whatever thing we are going to do, g is going to be the subject. All right, so the first thing I can do, I can move this and this to the right hand side. So I have gt squared equals, remember this is negative, crossing over it becomes positive. So I have k, likewise to w, then this becomes positive. So making g the subject of a formula, all I can do is to divide g by its coefficient, which is t squared. So I divide both sides by t squared. So I should have g equals k plus w over t squared. All right, so this makes for the correct solution. So let's go back to the screen to pull out the correct option. G equals K plus W over T squared. So look through the options provided and you will find the correct option in option A. So option A is very correct. Perhaps you have better steps, explanations, or contributions you'd like to make. We are very open and we are receptive. All you need to do, use that comment section below, indicate the question number and the explanations or contributions you'd like to share. 11. Factorize 2y squared minus 15xy plus 18x squared. Okay, we can use the factorization method or we can just use this kind of shortcut. You just go through the options provided and do some kind of expansion with the factors that you have. So I've done this. I just want to present the solution to you that in the stead of you using factorization method, you can actually employ this method. So I have 2y minus 3x. Okay, then y, all right, minus 6x. All right, so let's do a quick expansion. 2y times y, we have 2y squared. 2y times minus 6, we have minus 12xy. Remember, you can pay attention to the alphabetical order. Minus 3x times y, I have minus 3xy. Minus times minus, I have plus. 3 times 6, I have 18. X times x, I have x squared. So if we collect like terms, we have minus 12 minus 3, remember xy, that is minus 15xy. So I have 2y squared minus 15xy plus 18x squared. So let's confirm if it's at least 2y squared minus 15xy. So we can see that this is the correct value. So let's go back to the screen to select where this value actually can be found. So look through the options provided and you see that these factors are found in option B. So option B is the correct option. Question 12. Find the value of k if y minus 1 is a factor, okay, of this equation, y cubed plus 5 4y squared plus ky minus 6. So we are told that if y minus 1 is a factor. So if 1 minus 1 is a factor, that means this is what we can do, right? And this implies that y equals 1. So anywhere we see y, we can replace it with 1. So this is cube rather, not raised to power 2. So this is 1 raised to power 3. It is 1 times 1 times 1. And that is still 1. Okay. Plus y raised to power 2. That is 1 raised to power 2. That is 1 times 1. That is 1. Times 4. That is still 4. Okay. We have plus y is 1. 1 times k. We have k. Isn't it? Then we have minus 6, all equals 0. So 1 plus 4, we have 5. 5 minus 6, we have minus 1. So I have k minus 1 equals 0. That means k equals 1. So join me as we go back to the screen to secure the correct option. We have k equals 1. So which of the options carries 1? Okay, so the correct option is option D for 1. 13. Y varies directly as w squared. When y equals 8, w is 2. Okay, there we are pulling out the constant k. Find y when w equals 3. So we have to first build the relationship between y and w. We are told that y varies directly as w. So that will be y, okay, equals kw squared. Y varies directly as w squared. So we're asked to find k when y is 8 and w is 2. When y is 8 and w is 2. Okay. So here we are finding the constant k. 2 raised to power 2, that is 4. So I have 8 equals 4k, dividing both sides by 4. So we can tell that k is 2. So having sought out k, then we are now asked to find y when w is 3. So that will be, remember this relationship, that will be y equals k is 2 times, we are told that w is giving us 3. Remember the power, 2, so that is 2 times 3 raised to power 2 is 9. Okay, so 9 times 2, that is 18. So we can tell that when W is 3, Y is 18. So join me to go back to the screen to select the correct option. So if you look through the options provided, you will find the value 18 in option A. So option A is the correct option. Question 14. P varies directly as Q and inversely as R. Okay, so when Q equals 36, R equals 16, P equals 27. Find the relationship between P, Q, and R. Okay, so all you just need to do is to first pull out the equation for these three variables. So we are told P varies, okay, directly as Q and inversely, okay, Q rather, and inversely as R. Okay, so what I'm going to have is KQ times 1 over R, or KQ over R. So we are given this, all right, so we are given P as 27 equals K times our Q is 36 over the R, which is 16. Okay, so we can cross multiply. So we would have 27 times 16 equals K times 36. We can divide both sides by 36, right? So we're going to have this 36. All right, so I can pull out 4 year 4, 4 year 9, isn't it? 9 year 1, 9 year 3. Okay, so 3 times 4 we have 12. So we have gotten constant K as 12. So the relationship between P, Q, and R will be, remember from here, we've gotten K as 12. That will be P equals 12Q over R. This is the relationship, or the relation we are looking for. P equals 12Q over R. So join me as we go back to the screen to pull out the correct option. Remember, P equals 12Q over R. So look through the options provided and you will find it in option B. P equals 12Q over R. Option B is very correct. Question 15. What is the solution of x minus 5 over x plus 3 less than minus 1? Okay, so whatever thing we are going to sort out regarding x, it should be less than minus 1. Okay, so let's do this. I can decide to just make this happen. So we have x minus 5 equals, less than, when this moves here, minus 1 into brackets x plus 3. So I have x minus 5 less than minus 1 times this, we have minus x, minus times plus, we have minus 1 times 3, we have 3. Okay, when we collect like terms, okay, so when minus x comes here, it becomes plus x. So I have x plus x, right? We have minus 3. When this comes here, it becomes plus 5. Okay, so x plus x, we have 2x less than minus 3 plus 5. Okay, that is 2. So dividing both sides by 2. So I have x is less than 1. So whichever options that we are going to look through, all of those values, x is less than 1. So join me as we go back to the screen to see which of them is actually correct. So if you look through the options provided, you can see option A, we have this range, minus 3 is less than x, x is less than 1. Okay, of course, from what we saw, we realize that x is less than 1. Okay, we have here x is less than minus 3 or x is greater than 1. No, this is incorrect. X should be less than 1. This is x is less than 5. This is incorrect. This is more than 1. X is less than minus 3 and or x is greater than 5. So it must be less than 1. So whatever thing is going to be, according to the context of the options provided, option A is very correct. Question 16. Evaluate the inequality x plus 2 plus 3 over 4 less than or equals to 5x over 6 minus 7 over 12. Okay, so at first we have the question written out on our whiteboard. So this is what we do. We can collect like terms. Okay, I can bring this here, so and I can send this to this side. So I can have 3 over 4 plus 7 over 12. Okay, then we have 5x over 6 minus x over 2. Remember, there are different methods to solving this. I just want to use this method. Okay, so the LCM here is 12. 4 in 12, that is 3. 3 times 3, that is 9. Okay, 12 in 12, that is 1. 1 times 7, that is 7. All right, so we have the LCM here as well is 12. Okay, so 6 in 12, that is 2. 2 times 5, we have 10x. 2 in this is 6. 6 times x, we have minus 6x. So from here, 9 plus 7, that is 16. So I have 16 over 12, this. 10x minus 6x, that is 4x over 12. Okay, I can decide to break it down. I can decide to go further, whichever one. All right, so I have 16 times 12. Okay, then 4x times 12. Okay, I'm still going to divide both sides by, we are looking for x. So I can divide both sides by 4 times 12. 4 times 12. 4 times 12. I can decide to work on it from here. Okay, whichever one works. So this is struck out. So I have 12 is struck out. 4 here 1, 4 here we have 4. Okay, so what we have is x is 4. That is what we have. Okay, so let's go back to the screen to select the correct option. All right. Okay, so if you look through the options provided, you can see that from what we solved, we got 4 is lesser than x, or we can put it properly that x is greater than 4. So that makes option A correct. So option A is very correct. Right there, we've come to the end of this video segment, but there are more video clips to come. All you need to do to be on top of your game is to always hit that like button. Also, click on the subscribe button and tap on bell notifications so you can get informed immediately we upload the next video clips.